I'll be happy once I make a lot of money. I'll be happy once I'm in a relationship, or I have my dream career, I'm making it on social media or YouTube. I'll be happy once this, I'll be happy once that. There's always something that we're trying to look forward to rather than living in the moment. We're not happy because we're not grateful. In this video, I will be sharing practical tips, how to get out of a rut, and how to achieve true joy. So let's start with some practical tips. In your journal, you can write all the things that you are grateful for. You could journal every single morning or every night, or you can write a list and read that list every day. This will constantly remind you of things that you are grateful for. Literally list just whatever comes to mind. There's no specific number that you have to do. There's not a really long list that you have to make. It's just whatever comes to mind. For me, I'm grateful that I have an apartment. I'm grateful that I have income coming in. I am grateful that I have life, that I am healthy, that I'm able to talk about things that I want to talk about, that I have just abundance of just everything in my life because God is the one that sustains me. Another practical tip is to practice words of affirmation. This is another list that you can create. This is so critical because so many of us can struggle with imposter syndrome and believe that we're not something when we could be aspiring to be that thing. Right now, I have maybe a little less than 500 subscribers. I'm an aspiring YouTuber. That doesn't faze me. Everyone started somewhere. You could write them down and put them all over the place. You can have them on your mirror, or you can have them on another list. Some words of affirmation that I practice in the morning is I am loved, I am chosen, I am anointed, I am called, I am a child of the Most High, and all these different affirmations. I also have another YouTube video for it if you want to go check that out, but highly recommend it. Another thing is to post sticky notes all over your room or all over your house, wherever you're gonna see them. On these sticky notes, you're gonna write some things that you might take for granted. An example is putting a sticky note right next to the light switch. I'm grateful that I have light. Another thing could be the water faucet. I'm grateful that I have running water. You can put a sticky note on your fridge. I am grateful that I have food. Things that we can really take for granted. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Another thing for journaling and words of affirmation, you can write down everything you believe yourself to be that's negative, cross it out, and replace it with something that's positive. The next thing is getting out of a rut. So many times we end up getting in a rut because we are so focused on who we're not, where we're trying to go, or just dwelling in something that we shouldn't. So instead of focusing so much on the outcome, think about the steps of obedience that you have to take now. Think of the actionable steps that you can take now. I'll give you an example. It'd be nice for me to become a full-time YouTuber, but currently I'm not living that lifestyle, which is totally okay. But instead of focusing and dwelling on the fact that I'm not a full-time YouTuber, I can be grateful for the fact that I have the opportunity to create videos and do what I love. It's all about enjoying the fact that you have the opportunity itself, and not the outcome. Think about something that you want to achieve. Now think, I get the opportunity to achieve that. That's amazing. Another thing is just live in the moment. There's so many times where we're just constantly on the go. We're in a rush that we don't just take time to smell the roses. On my way to an errand the other day, I was just like looking around at the scenery, and I was like, wow, creation is so beautiful. It is so beautiful to just see the trees, to see the greenery, to just be alive. That's an act of gratitude. Just living in the moment that I was in. Something that I mentioned that I really enjoy doing is just looking at the stars at night. I love just looking at the stars and praying to God, spending time with God, and just adoring His creation. There's literally stars thousands of miles away in the universe that the Lord created. I'm grateful that I serve a God like that. How crazy is that? How cool is that? I'm grateful that I have those opportunities and moments. The last thing is how to have joy, how to have true joy. In order to have joy, you need to be grateful. You need to change your perspective on life. And when you change your perspective on life, your lifestyle changes, the way you live changes, your identity changes. It's very difficult to be negative when you're grateful. Joy and depression literally cannot exist at the same time. So the definition of happy is feeling or showing pleasure or contentment, having a sense of confidence in or satisfaction with. Then the definition of joy is a feeling of great pleasure and happiness. Happiness is something that is very fleeting. You can feel happy in a moment, but to feel joy, that's something that's just sustaining. That's something that you can continually have. I want to share this with you. Jesus tells us that only by remaining in Him we will find joy. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy may be full. We can know joy in this life, but it can only come from abiding in Jesus Christ. The reason why I am so happy all the time, is because I have joy. Because I found someone who will sustain me, who my identity is found in. And I'm grateful for everything that He has done. I'm literally living in a fulfilled promise right now. The Lord revealed to me last year, He revealed to me 2 years ago now, because it's 2024, that He was gonna bless me with a new home. And I'm literally living it. 2023, He was like, okay, I'm gonna fulfill it. And He fulfilled it. There is a reason that you're on this earth. Everybody has a calling on their life. Everybody has a purpose for their life. But it's up to you to go for it. It's up to you to receive it. So many people give in to depression, and I myself was included, because we decided to dwell on what we weren't, dwell on what we couldn't have, dwell on what happened, dwell on a situation or a circumstance, but instead, why not give it to God? Why not let go and let the Lord handle it? Let Him reveal to you which way is best to go about it. The Lord is the Lord of joy. He's the Lord of healing, of peace, and all these things come from Him. So yes, use the practical tips. Get yourself out of a rut and achieve true joy through the Lord.